All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm starting over. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Freedom and Fulfillment, 3 steps to grow your thriving holistic business. And who here is ready to break free from limiting beliefs? Raise your hand. Yeah. And who here is ready to learn how to tap into their intuition to make their best business decisions? Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. And we're gonna have some fun, and I really want today to be a day where you get clarity on your limiting beliefs around money and charging what you're worth and learning how to break free from them, and then be able to also learn how to tap into your intuition. So we got a full schedule planned. And okay. And Nicole is coming in. Hello, Nicole. All right. Glad you're here. So, what I'd like to do is share a little bit about how I got here to where I am now. I've been a licensed clinical social worker for over 30 years, certified hypnotherapist, and certified intuitive energy coach. And I'm so grateful to be able to hear and feel and see and know using all the aspects of my intuition. And I've been a business owner for almost 20 years. And I am so grateful, and I love the clients that I get to work with, combining my counseling, coaching, and intuitive abilities to help women transform their sabotaging beliefs about success and growing their business, and helping them to know the strategy and structure to grow a thriving holistic business. But it wasn't always this way. I suffered with trauma. When I was growing up, I had anxiety, depression, low self esteem, and post traumatic stress disorder. I wanted to move forward in my life and in my career, but I couldn't. I felt so stuck. I felt ashamed to be seen and to be visible. I didn't trust myself to make decisions. My confidence and self esteem was shaken. And I knew that the trauma was affecting me on all these levels. And I also knew that I wanted to continue to grow my business in a way that I had the visions to grow, but I didn't know how to do it. And my soul was calling me to go bigger and to get more visible and to help more people with my private practice at the time. But I was terrified. I was so scared of being more visible and doing the things that I needed to do to grow my business in bigger and better ways. And then I found a mentor who I knew would help me, and I knew that I needed to sign up for her program, but I was terrified. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. And I knew that if I didn't take the risk, I would stay where I was. And my soul was calling me to new adventures. And then one day, the sun was streaming through my window, and I knew that I needed to make a decision. I was sitting on my couch, And I could feel my whole body in the fear and anxiety. And yet I started hearing and feeling my intuition growing inside of me, guiding me to say yes. My intuition got even stronger, and I started feeling and knowing and sensing from the deepest parts of me, that intuitive place, that I knew I needed to say yes. And I found the courage to say yes. And since I have said yes to the coaching program, my business continues to grow and expand. And I continue to make more money because I said yes. And I continue working through the fears, continue working through the limiting beliefs and emotions that keep me from moving forward. And I am committed to help you, those of you who already have a business that you want to grow, those of you who would like to start a business, and those of you who are licensed professionals who want to pivot or add to your practice or business. And I'm here to help you transform your life by making your best decision so that you can listen, live, and lead from your intuition in your business and your life and create a thriving, soul aligned, holistic business. And I really want to acknowledge all of you for being here today. Thank you for coming and congratulations. And Julia, let's start the slides and we're going to go over what we're going to do today. So you're in the right place, freedom and fulfillment, 3 steps to grow your thriving holistic business. You can go to the next slide. And yesterday, we did consistently attracting your ideal clients. And there is a recording in the Facebook group and an email that did go out. So if you would like to watch the recording so that you can catch up, please feel free. Day 2, which is today, we are going to be talking about breaking free from those limiting beliefs. And tomorrow, we are going to be talking about confidently monetizing your unique gifts and getting into action. Okay, the next slide. So, a summary of yesterday, we talked about the big why. And the big why is basically about you really knowing that it's personal, it's professional, it's that place inside of you that knows, that feels that you are doing what you need to do to make a difference in this world and to make a difference in your life. And your big why can drive you when you're feeling like you're not sure why you're doing what you're doing. Your big why and remembering your big why is a really important piece to help you to keep on going. We talked about yesterday your values and how your values drive your brand. And it's so important to really know clearly what your values are so that you can really focus your brand on your values. And then we talked about target market and niche and how your target market and your niche are the ways that you attract your ideal clients by specifically marketing your message to those people that you are meant to serve. You have a way and a purpose that you're here, those souls that you're meant to serve. And then we talked about being magnetic and being magnetic, allowing your soul's love to shine through, allowing yourself to solve the expensive problem of your niche, and to be able to combine your intuition and your your unique gifts and your soul's love and light to be the magnetic being that you are. And you can go to the next slide. So I invite you all. Now, some of you may already know some of this information, a lot of this information. I support you in having beginner's mind to look at this information in perhaps new ways, because when you do, you can open to new possibilities and insights. You can go to the next slide. So let's start off now. Julia, can you please put in the link to, now you have, we have a handout that Julia is going to put in, and Julia is part of my team. So say hello, Julia, and thank you, Julia. All right, so she just put the link into the chat for the handout. Now you can use the link to the handout, or you can use a journal. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things about money today, and to help you to get clarity on what your limiting beliefs around money and around wealth are. So everybody take a breath and just really allow yourself to land here and breathe. And you can go to the handout, or you can go to your journal and write, what is a few, like a few sentences, paragraph, what is your relationship with money? And what is your relationship with wealth? So just, we're going to give you a few minutes. Okay, so Jen, I know that you have I saw that you said you have trouble with these kinds of questions. And take some breaths and ask yourself, um, write down words, any words that come to your mind, and see if there are any words. We're going to go deeper into beliefs, but see if you can get, if any words come up for you around money, even if you can't write sentences. See if anything, if that helps at all. And be curious. Be curious. Remember, like, think about if you were someone who just landed on the planet, what would what would you think? And you see this thing about money. What would you think about it? Okay, that's okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do some more stuff in a little bit. So hold that thought, okay? All right. So, and when I became a social worker, I had what I call healer mentality, social work mentality. I wanted to help everybody, and I still do. Okay. Doesn't mean that I don't want to help, but I didn't feel like it was okay for me to make money or to create wealth. And through the years, what I've had to do is to heal a lot of those limiting beliefs about creating more money and creating wealth. And what has happened, and I remember one of my first mentors said to me, she said, the more money you make, the more people you can help. So if you think about it, just think that when you, because you all have healer hearts, you can help more people when you make more money. So it's important to remember that. That's what I want to support you in doing. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to stop the recording. Okay. Slide number 6. So the first of the three of the 9 core negative money beliefs is money is at the root of all evil. And that's a common belief. And it's equated with negativity. And that, I mean, many of you have heard of that belief. And then the second one is, I don't deserve to be wealthy. And I really want to remind you that you all deserve to be wealthy and that it is a limiting belief that can definitely and needs to be cleared. And then another belief, common belief, is I'm not good with money. And that belief is that you just don't know how to manage it or handle it or use it properly. And no, again, that's a limiting belief that needs to be cleared. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So Jana says, I don't connect with the part of me that is wealthy. So you that when you have that, that is a what when in my hypnosis we talk about the that part of you that really obviously needs healing, and that limiting belief, the part of you that doesn't connect with the part of you that believes that you deserve wealth, is the part that still needs healing. And I and it's something that definitely can be worked through as part of your journey into creating more and more wealth in your life. So the next 3 beliefs are, there's never enough money. And many of us grew up in that there's never enough money. It always felt like it was scarce, or a lot of our parents believed there's just not enough money. And if you grew up with that, I really want you to remember that the universe, God, is abundant, is infinite, and there is always enough money. And it's when we learn to tap into that energy that we are connected to the infinite wealth that is there for all of us. And so some of you may have wealthy people or greedy or selfish. So you may have grown up with that belief or seen it on TV. Now, of course, there are going to be people, wealthy people, who are greedy or selfish, but that's not all people. Everybody is different. And there's good people that are wealthy and not so good people that are wealthy. So that's what to remember. And then I have to work really hard to make money. And I know that's a common belief that of people, women that I work with, that you have to really work very hard to make the money. Jana says, I used to have that one because of who I grew up with, but now I don't. Yay, Jana, that you were able to overcome that. So, congratulations, because that's huge. That's really important. Thank you for sharing. And the next one, the next three are money changes people. So, what I was saying is around the wealth, mean and greedy and not nice people who are wealthy were like that before. And then money, what happens is when you have more money, it ends up expanding and amplifying who you really are. And then the people like we were talking about, like Oprah and Oprah and Chopra, I didn't realize it rhyme. And the all of them are good-hearted people, and their money, they were able to use their money and amplify it. So Manisha says, thank you, Nancy. You're amazing. I'll watch the recording and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Manisha. Yay. Okay. And then the next one is having a lot of money will bring more problems. So people think that if you have a lot of money, you're going to have more problems. And that's not really true either. It's learning, and Manisha had said it before, learning to be able to put systems in place. Because really, the bottom line is it's about putting systems in place so that you can then be able to thrive and have lots of money. And the last one that we're going to be talking about is it's not spiritual to charge for my healing services. Now, I had that belief when, especially after coming out of social work school. And I also have worked with many women who have had that belief because of the healer heart. And what I really want to support all of you in remembering is that God wants you to succeed, to thrive, and to be successful. And I'm getting healthy and wealthy. And because again, the more that you have, the more you can share and make a bigger difference in with the people in your life, in your communities, and in the world. And so all these beliefs are subconscious barriers that keep you from being able to have an empowered abundance mindset. And they need to be cleared. So I know some of you were able to realize that you've cleared some, but there may be still others that need to be cleared. So, and let's talk. I'm going to stop the recording. And okay. So we had a wonderful conversation about limiting beliefs and money and how that really put like it really affects how you are in the world, in your business. And it's so crucial to be able to clear those limiting beliefs, whether there were the nine that I listed or other ones, like the fear of losing your money, the fear or of not having money when you need it, that kind of thing. So definitely all need to continue to be worked on and to be cleared. Julia, can you please put the slides back up? Okay, so I wanted you to get in touch with the limiting beliefs. Now, I'm going to share with you my quick Psych 101 lesson. And what happens is your conscious mind decided to come here. Congratulations. So your conscious mind decided to come here, and when you make a conscious decision, it empowers you, like coming here tonight. So thank you, conscious mind of yours. Your subconscious mind, the way that I define your subconscious, is from the moment that you were conceived to present time, has recorded every moment that you have been alive. And your subconscious mind, so those limiting beliefs and those emotions, the fears, and the lack and the limitations that happen are in your subconscious mind, and they need to be discovered so that you can then clear them. And your superconscious mind is the part of you that I call your higher self, this wise, unconditionally loving part of you, your soul, the core energy characteristics of who you are, the light and the love, and the universe, God, all of that. And then there's your angels and your guides are all part of your superconscious mind. And and all these three minds, they intersect and they interrelate, but I like to separate them out to make it really clear how each one works in your life. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the subconscious mind, because again, the subconscious mind is where the limiting beliefs and the emotions that need to be cleared are. You can go to the next slide. So when I talk about the subconscious mind, not only is it the part of us from this lifetime and from the moment we were conceived to present time, but your subconscious mind also, and you can choose to believe this or not, the subconscious mind also is about your past lives, which may be affecting this lifetime, and your ancestors. And there's a study called epigenetics. How many of you have heard of epigenetics? And epigenetics is this study of the DNA. And what the researchers and scientists found out is that trauma from your ancestors gets passed on in your DNA, so that you are actually not only dealing with your own trauma from this lifetime, but also your ancestors, which can affect those limiting beliefs and emotions which need to be cleared. So all of that is important. You can go to the next slide. So on a day-to-day basis, the your subconscious mind is often running on automatic, and your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and your actions are based on your subconscious mind. Now, how much of the time, write in the chat, how much of the time do you think that your subconscious mind is ruling the show and you're going on automatic? Is it 25%? Is it 50% of the time? Is it 75% of the time? Is it 95% of the time? And Jana says 95% of the time. And the answer is 95% of the time. You can go to the next slide. It's 95% of the time your thoughts, emotions, and your behaviors are unconscious. And that's why it's so important to clear the subconscious beliefs. And you can go to the next slide. So the number, then how do you know what they are? So if you are, if you're unconscious, that's the thing that's really important, is learning to be able to discover what your limiting beliefs are around money, around charging what you're worth. And it's a process. Now, what I do with my clients is I help you get clarity on what those limiting beliefs are and the emotions connected with the limiting beliefs so that you can then clear them. And what we do is we actually clear them together. So you may, when you have limiting beliefs in your subconscious mind, you may be there, some of them that you may be able to access, and some of them you may need help to access. And I know for me that I've done a lot of work on getting in touch with those limiting beliefs. And sometimes I'm like, OMG, like I get like shocked because there's still pieces of those limiting beliefs that are affecting me in my life now. And so, again, this is a journey and it's a process, it's not a destination. And it's learning to keep healing and clearing. I'm going to get into that very shortly. You asked, what do you do to clear them? I will talk more about that shortly. The first thing is to know that what you cannot really clear the issue until you know the cause. And what I mean by that is that what frozen, yes, they're frozen. Um, okay, I'm frozen. Okay. Well, I'm laughing because yes, I may be frozen, but very often the clients that I work with are frozen too. And that's why they're not sure of what the limiting beliefs are. But an example of that is like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to charge what I'm worth, or the imposter syndrome. And what I do is helping my clients be able to overcome that limiting belief of feeling not good enough and being able to tap in. And one of the tools that I use is hypnosis. And hypnosis is a powerful tool to get what's going on in your subconscious mind and to get at the cause of what's going on in your subconscious mind. And when you connect with the cause, what happens, it's like a domino. And when you get the cause, you can totally clear a lot of the limiting belief and emotion and transform your life or that part of what's going on in your life. And now you may have some awareness of the block, but perhaps not all the aspects of the issue. So how do you find it? Well, part of what I do is I do sometimes you can do sentence completions. We're going to do a little more in sentence completions, finding limiting beliefs. When I'm using hypnosis, I'm helping someone go to either the part of them that needs healing or a memory from when that happened. And I also do a lot of body centered work, somatic work, because your body is actually connected with your subconscious mind. So when you are connecting with body sensations, like when you have fear and you feel the fear in your stomach, a lot of times that fear, especially when it's intense, is not from present time. It may feel like it's present, but it's actually from your past. Okay. So those are the ways that I help clients find their limiting beliefs. Okay, go to the next slide, please. So, a little about how sabotage shows up in your life. So, if you find yourself procrastinating or feeling confused, fears about visibility, fears of failure, or fears of success, or maybe it's that not feeling good enough or not feeling worthy or deserving, or what we were talking about, not feeling spiritual to charge, not feeling confident, or the imposter syndrome, not feeling capable, not charging enough money. Or it could be when you have a fear that you're going to lose money that you have, and then you end up sabotaging, and then you ending up having to pay for things that you weren't expecting to pay for. And then you end up creating what you really didn't want, the fear. And that's how fear can show up as sabotage. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of sentence completions. So everybody take a breath and breathe. And feeling your breath and feeling your feet. Either write in your journal or write, it's also in the handout, a way I sabotage my success is. And I'm going to give you. And so again, remember, there was the list of different things that you may sabotage, and some of them may be on the list or they may be other things. So the way I sabotage my success. Let's see what comes. Okay, Julie, you can. Okay. So once you learn the cause, then you can clear the energies and make the deeper connection to your higher self and soul. So I talked a little bit about the clearing using hypnosis or self-hypnosis, clearing using what's going on in your body. Another way to clear is working. There's two types of clearing. There is the daily clearing and a deeper clearing. And a deeper clearing is when you're getting underneath and you're getting to the cause of the situation. The daily clearing keeps you like prayer and meditation and yoga or different things like that can help you for the with the day. And then there may be, and they can also, you can use those tools for the deeper clearing, but it's understanding and knowing what needs to be cleared so that you can do that deeper clearing. And again, using other tools like hypnosis and and um and they don't clear the beliefs. That is, the prayer, well, it depends on the prayer, because here's the thing. When you know the cause or when you know the belief, you can ask for help. And the deeper clearing often is necessary. And when I talk about the deeper clearing, I'm talking about trauma. And I'm talking about, because very often your limiting beliefs actually, not very often, I believe that limiting beliefs and emotions that are stuck in your energy field, creating fears and doubts and lack and limitation and not good enough, all of those are coming from some type of trauma. And that's the work that needs to happen, and the work that I do with my clients is getting at those deeper seated energies in order to clear them so that you can then move forward with more freedom. And then the connection to your higher self and soul. When you make a deeper connection with your higher self and your soul, that wise, unconditionally loving part of you and your soul, what happens is you start expanding more into the truth of who you are. And that also helps. So, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more as I talk about the intuition advantage system. Okay, so you can go to the next slide. Da, 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 da. Okay, so what happened was I I developed the intuition advantage system. I used to be someone who, and because of my trauma, and I talked about that, because of my trauma, I was the kind of person that I didn't trust my decisions at all. I was so indecisive. And I'd be calling up my mom or I'd be calling up my friends. What should I do? Should I do this? And I was stuck in that indecision. And then what started happening was I continued to clear the trauma and I continued to clear the limiting beliefs and the emotions. And I started getting more in touch with my personal and my spiritual growth and making the deeper connection to my higher self and my soul. And what started happening was I started tuning in and I started connecting more deeply to my intuition. And now what happened was I created a process and then I started using the process with my clients in my therapy sessions. And as they started, whenever they had a place where they were so indecisive, we helped them clear their energy and connect and use this process to help them be able to make that decision more easily, more flowing, more smoothly. And that's the power of using intuition. And then what happened was I started bringing the intuition advantage into my work with clients to help them grow their business. So I help women to grow the business, connecting with the intuition, clearing the sabotaging beliefs, and then being able to really grow a business in a feminine, intuitive way. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So the first step of the intuition advantage system, what does the, I think you're asking, what does the intuitive feminine way mean? Okay. What that means is, yeah, feminine way. What that means is I really believe as women that we are here to grow our business in different ways than men. Men can be very there's a very masculine energy and a masculine way, and that way it's been the way for many years of how to grow a business. And the feminine way is working with your intuition. It's tapping into that connection with other women, with other people, and making that deeper connection. And there's a whole set, and part of the work that I teach is that feminine way of being able to work your business intuitively and in a way that aligns. Because ultimately, this is aligning with you as a woman to have a successful business that aligns with your heart and your soul as a woman. You don't have to be function like a man, and you can still be extremely successful. So it's that intuitive feminine way. So it's tapping into that, the power of being a woman and that spiritual power of being a woman and using that in your business. So, and the first step of the Intuition Advantage system is conscious awareness, because you can't change anything that you're not conscious of. So today, I really wanted to support all of you to become conscious of those limiting beliefs and even bring that consciousness to a new level so that you can then work on clearing and healing to change those beliefs and to change your patterns so that you're moving forward in your life in a much more flowing. And I like divine grace, divine graceful way. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So I have a gift for you. It's a business accelerator session to help you accelerate your success. And what we're going to be doing is we'll be talking about your vision and your goals, and then we'll talk about an individualized business plan, success plan for you, whether you're just starting or whether to grow your business to the next level. And then we'll help you gain the awareness of the number one block that would keep you from creating this plan. And then we'll help you go to the next step. What do you need in order to move you forward towards your vision? So, Julia, can you please put the link to the Business Accelerator so you can book your accelerator at the link? And definitely want to support you. And I look forward to making that connection. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So your intuition, the way that I describe it, it's your ability to see and hear and feel and know beyond the five physical senses. And your higher self, like I talked before, is this unconditionally loving, wise part of you. And then you have, when you're connected with your intuition, you're connected with your higher self, your soul, your source, or God, goddess self, the divine or God, angels, deceased loved ones, and guides are all always sending you messages. And your intuition is a gift from God. It's a gift from the divine to help us navigate our life on earth. And I really believe I'm so grateful for the gift that we were given, because when we tap into our intuition, to me, that's when the magic and the miracles can unfold. So much. It's fun. You can go to the next slide. So, are you allowing yourself to receive the messages? And you can go to the next slide. So take a moment and see if there's a way that you're blocking your intuition. So a way I block my intuition is, a way I block my intuition is, all right, I'm going to pause the recording. All right. So ways that you block your intuition. You can not trust it, you can doubt it, you can block it by not by not believing that you're getting intuitive hits. You can block your intuition by ignoring it or not listening to it. So there's a lot of different ways that you could be blocking your intuition. All right. So we'll go to the next slide. Okay, so now part of my intuition advantage system are before you make a business decision, use the 3 C's from the intuition advantage system. The first C is you want to make sure that you're clearing your energy. If you if you have any, like if you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling angry or frustrated or even grief, you will block what your intuition is telling you. If you have an ego attachment, if you're attached to a certain outcome, you may block the intuition from coming through accurately because you're attached to that outcome. Then the second thing you want to do is make that deeper connection to that superconscious mind of yours, your higher self, your soul. And when you make that deeper connection, then you can listen for the communication and allowing that communication to come through. Now, sometimes the communication, it could be you receiving the intuitive hit, and sometimes it could be signs from the universe. Like, for example, maybe there's a book. I've had clients that have books fall off the shelf, and and you I see the question I'll get to in a second. So I've had clients that had books fall off the shelf and they opened the book and it was the exact answer they need. I've had clients that see the signs, the that loved ones from the other side are sending them signs through birds or coins or feathers. And I know I love license plates or messages on trucks or billboards. And then I'm like, that's my answer. That's my answer. So the communication can come in many ways. Jana says, okay, Jana says, I've had those. How to connect. To make that deeper connection is you want, that's why the clearing is really important, because the more that you clear the energies of the limiting beliefs, the emotions, and the trauma, the deeper connection you are able to make to the higher aspects of yourself. And that's all part of the intuition advantage system and the programs that I have in when I'm working with clients. So, and of course, there's prayer, there's meditation, and it's the deeper. So, if you don't clear, you can't connect. Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, it depends. If you're already feeling a sense of peace, you're already connected. Another way to connect is connecting with nature, and being able to make that connection to nature, because I believe nature is part of God's earth and part of the divine, and we're all part of that. There's too much to clear. Yes, there is a lot to clear. I do agree there is a lot to clear. And it's not about, it's know that, remember, this is a journey, okay? You're not here for a destination like, oh, I've cleared it all. You're in the journey. And as you grow your business, what happens is when you're ready to go to another level of the journey, more stuff comes up to clear. But it's all good because then you can go to the next level more easily, more powerfully, more fully. Okay, you can go to the next slide. So to summarize today is discover the cause of your blocks, and which are in your subconscious mind. And then you want to make you clear them in the different ways that I talked about. And it could be using different tools, hypnosis, meditation. See, I actually use meditation to clear, and but I use guided meditations I've done, or meditations that my mentors have done. And that helps me clear my energy. And then you want to connect and make the connection to the higher aspects of yourself. And then to make your best business decisions, you want to use the 3 C's of the Intuition Advantage method system: clearing, connecting, and communication. And then this is about living your life and learning how to listen, live, and lead from your intuition. So I just want to ask, you can stop the slides, Julia. Are there any questions before we end? Just want to see if there's any questions. It feels overwhelming to do all that. So, like I said, you need to do one step at a time. It's step by step, and it's belief by belief, or it's the next step on. Nicole says I don't have any for now. Thank you, Nicole. It's it's remembering to do it step by step, piece by piece. And yes, it can feel overwhelming. And that's why also I really feel that we need mentors and we need people to help us in the journey, because I know that I couldn't be where I am if I didn't have the help to support me in my journey. And I've had a lot of help and a lot of mentors to help me to keep clearing my issues and making that deeper connection. So mentors are really an important part of the journey for all of us, because they can get at things that we can't, or that we may not see. What happens with the limiting beliefs, sometimes we can be so like unaware of them because we're functioning in that way. And then having a mentor help support you through it is a really powerful and important thing to do. So thank you. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for your participation. And I really look forward to having you join us tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking more about, definitely don't want to miss tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about how to bring all of this together, how to monetize your unique gifts in a way that feels confident, how to be able to then take that to market yourself, and to market and to really allow yourself to shine through, so that you're moving forward in a way where you're increasing your income and your profit and sharing your soul's purpose and growing every step of the way. So we're going to be talking all about that and more tomorrow. And of course, we're going to help you get into action to take steps. So thank you all for being here. I wish you an amazing evening, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night. Thank you.